All right, y'all. Welcome back to Mama Let's Talk. I know it's been a while since we've got acquainted and all the rest of
Mama's
that.
been sick.
And Mom has not been feeling well. We're going to talk a little bit about that too. And maybe it's a condition we do need to talk about because it's not heard of. It's not talked about. The doctors don't even know what this is. And we had to go to a specialist to figure out what that was. So, yeah, just give me a second here. So we all connect like that. Your host, Boss Lady D, co-host, Mama Legend, you know what I'm saying? Boss Lady Mama. Let's welcome Mama Let's Talk. Let's go, y'all. And I'm going to let Lady Legend, since she lived through it, talk about her condition and why we've been away for so long. I'll be right back. Yep. Go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. It has been a journey. I've been away for a while, and I do apologize about that for the listeners, the ones that have supported my daughter's show. I just want to say we appreciate you, and we thank you for your support. But I am here today not just about my condition, but about a matter that's very serious to my heart. When I was growing up as a young girl in my parents' home, the old school parents, the old school grandparents, the Medeas and the great-grandmas or whatever you want to call them, or the nanas or whatever, they always had a say in how we would live our lives when we got out there in the world. But now that they are gone and we miss them dearly, nobody is talking anymore. Parents act like they scared of their kids. Grandparents act like they scared of their kids. That's because the generation is changing and women are having kids a lot younger. So that makes grandparents younger and great-grandparents younger. But we still have to speak up. We still have to make sure that our voices are being heard because we are the history and the reason why a lot of these children are still here. Our children are being lost because of our silence. We have so many school fights. We have so many kids shootings. We are burying children faster than we are burying the elderly. And that's going on because we as parents have lost our way. We're worshiping other things instead of looking towards God, which comes as our help and our strength. And a lot of people say, oh, there she go again with that God stuff. There is no such thing as no God stuff. I get so irritated when y'all say that. There is God and that's it. There's no such thing as a God stuff or a Jesus stuff or a church stuff and all that. Those four walls is where we go to reverence and honor him. But we can reverence and honor him anywhere.
Come on, say that.
But we started going to church because we were kids and we needed to be in a building where we could reverence and honor God without being talked about or mistreated. That's why we did that. We didn't create those four walls to irritate you. God does not irritate nobody. We irritate each other. We got kids at school fighting and the parents at school backing these kids up. But do you know what your child's reading level is? We are finna graduate kids from high school all over the world who can barely read at a first and second grade reading level. And for some reason, that don't bother these parents. And some parents will say, oh, I care about my kids. My kids can read good. When was the last time you sat down and had your child read a book to you? When was the last time you sat down and said, hey, read me this recipe? Because your kids can't read a recipe to you. Sorry for the interruption. My whole issue with the black community, and I can only speak on the black community because I'm black. But when you put it together as a whole, we are all to blame. We need to go back into our households and take our households back. We got kids 10 and up running households while parents are sitting around getting high and having sex with the door open. When I was a kid growing up, my mama came home pregnant with my baby brother, and because my mother was already a big woman, I just thought she was getting fat. My mother got a paycheck, Got paid every week. I didn't know that until I got grown. I didn't even know my mom was getting stamps and a welfare check that was supplementing her income. These kids that's growing up now know everything about y'all. They know when y'all get a check. They know when y'all man is in the house. They know when y'all go buy food. Must have the food go on snacks. Oh God, forgive me. I was in the store the other day, and it was a girl couldn't have been no more than 30 years old. She had 2 carts. One cart was full of snacks, and the other cart was full with steak and beef and all the rest of that. And I asked her, I said, are you barbecuing or something for Memorial Day? She said, no, the snacks is for my man. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, who was all these steaks for? Oh, those are for his too. I said, well, what the kids gonna eat? She said, I bought them popsicles and hot dogs. Why the fuck is a grown-ass man getting steaks and snacks, and them kids is the reason why y'all getting them stamps? Why is y'all selling stamps to get weed and your baby ain't got no Pampers? Why is y'all selling stamps for niggas and your... See, my thing is that I had a lot of kids too. I had a job and I was getting my income supplemented with the system. And I had 9 kids and they gave me $125 a month. And I was barely making $700 a month. And they barely gave me a check. And when I tell you I struggled. So I understand y'all struggle. I understand sometimes you get tired of paying bills and you just don't pay the motherfuckers. I've been there too. I've laid in bed with men I had no business sleeping with. There were times I even perished the thought of, I hope I'm saying that the right man is the father because I'm not sure. I did stupid shit. I get it. But we got kids in the school system that can't read. They can't add. Some of the kids need glasses. Some of them need to be in special programs. Why would you want your kids to go through what the fuck you going through now? This is all about mindset. You're imprisoning your head because you got other voices telling you, you got a house full of kids, you got a baby, you can't do no better. That's bullshit. That's what it is. It's all bullshit at the end of the day. Like that lady said in that movie, now that's that bullshit. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what that is. Mm-hmm. You can go back to school. If you are on the system full time and you physically, for some reason, can't work, get online and go to college. Because they actually got grants on there. It's called Mom Back to School. Get you a grant and go back to school and get you a job where you be able to take care of them babies yourself. I'm going to tell y'all something. If y'all don't change y'all mindset, y'all can forget about them kids that y'all so tired of. They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going to never leave home. You know why? Because they haven't been taught. They don't have the wherewithal to get up and get a job and leave. They don't know how to do that. They don't know how because you didn't teach them. And you know why you left your mama's house? Because she said something to piss you off, so you left. And you ended up, like my daughter said, with a dick chitty ass nigga and a bunch of motherfucking babies. Mm-hmm. And now he gone. You stuck with the kids, and now you got a vagina and an imaginary ass dick, and you walking around acting like the bitch and the nigga. And you don't know what the fuck to do. You don't know if you should pay bills or buy food. You don't know if you should grab your purse to walk the fuck out of here and say, everybody figure it the fuck out. Been there.
And then you a female thinking you a male. You was born that way. Let's talk about that.
Let me tell you something. Everything that you think in your motherfucking head is in your motherfucking head. And if you want it out, tell your mind to shut up. You know what's right. Y'all are black people. Y'all are women. Y'all are single moms. Y'all know what's right. Y'all doing what's wrong because it's easier. You know why you do what's wrong? It's easier to do what's wrong. You know why it's easier to do what's wrong? Because when you do what's wrong, people don't say nothing. They don't say nothing. Oh, I can do it. I do this. And then you know what they say behind your back? Look at that dumbass bitch. If she do the right thing, her life will turn around. But you keep on doing what's wrong. You're walking around with hoodies on your head and dreads in your hair. You ain't Jesus Christ. What are you doing? You got a hood on your head. You got jogging pants on. It started raining. You ain't worried about it because you got a hood on your head. Let me tell you something about hoodies. Unless that motherfucker is plastic, you still coming home wet. And the problem is that we're scared to live our truth. So what if your hair is short? I ain't got no motherfucking hair and I'm 63. So what if your hair is short? So what if you got a big ass and little titties? So there's men that's got titties and no ass. And somebody loving the fuck on them. See how our mindset is not right? You go to school and your daughter's in a fight and she ain't been in school in 60 days. How the fuck you been gone for 60 days and then you want to come back and start a fight? Bitch, I'm finna whoop your ass. That's what I'm finna do. You want a real fight? Tell me my child is reading at a K4 reading level and she's 16 years old. Now we got a real fight. Know what I told my kids? I don't get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to send you all the way to school for you to get into a fight. I don't care how the fight started. I don't send you to school to get suspended. Y'all got your mind focused on the wrong stuff. She hit my child. What did your child do to make her ass get hit? Did you raise your child to get bullied? No, you didn't. And stop defending these badass kids. I had badass kids too. My son went to school and threw a desk. You think I asked the teacher why did he throw the desk? I beat his motherfucking ass. I don't send you to school to throw no desk to no goddamn teacher. Now, if your son threw a desk at you, would you be okay with your mama walking in the house saying, honey, why did you throw a desk at my daughter? No, you would not. What are y'all doing? These kids know y'all gonna defend them. That's why they go to school and fucking clown. Yep. Then your daughters and stuff coming home pregnant. How she get pregnant? She never had no man in my house because there's parks. There's bathrooms at the damn gas station. There's alleys. There's basements.
Backseat of cars.
They so desperate to have somebody hug them and love them that they will lay and sleep anywhere just like a fucking cat and a dog. My grandson is 16 years old. I told him, I said, if you come home and you tell me you got somebody pregnant, I'm going to beat your ass for getting her pregnant. I'm going to whoop her ass for letting her get you pregnant, letting you get her pregnant, and I'm going to whoop that baby's ass for growing in your damn stomach. Y'all sit up here scared of these goddamn, I ain't scared of none of these motherfucking kids. If the Lord decides to take me home because a child shot me, then okay, bye world, I'm gone. Because you know what? This ain't my home no way. Because if it was, they would have treated me better. This world didn't treat me like nothing. Because you know what? Let me tell you something. Let me get myself comfortable for a minute and sit next to my daughter. You know why this world didn't treat me good? Because I devalued who I was as a woman. I let this world devalue me. I laid with niggas that wouldn't be seen with me on the motherfucking street. Do you understand me? We laid up in the house together. We watched movies together. We ate together. And I told everybody that was my boyfriend. And when he got ready to go out and hang out at the club and be with his friends, I was not on his motherfucking arm. I was his motherfucking hoe and his fool. That's what I was. And then when I got sick and my heart damn near fell out of my motherfucking chest and I called their daddies and I asked them to take their kids until I get myself together, you know what the motherfuckers told me? They told me no. But if I had called them and told them, can I have some dick? They'd have tore up my goddamn door to get in that bitch. See what our mindset is? Let me tell you something. How many of y'all ever had sex with a man and got up and your ass wasn't wet? That's all you're going to get is a wet ass. And if it ain't good, you wake up with a wet ass and a bad attitude. Then you roll over and look at him and say, why did I sleep with that motherfucker? Because your pussy got hot. The next time that motherfucker get hot, put some ice water on it. Because no company is better than bad company. And then your kids are sitting there looking at you like, mama tell us we look bummy, but look what she's sitting next to. Beep, 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 beep. Y'all doing the wrong thing. And then you want to be respected in the streets. You'll see a woman go in Walmart, she got a dress on, she look nice. Then y'all look at her and say, oh, she thinks she better than us. But a man will go before y'all and open the door for y'all, for her. And then when you get ready to come in, he'll look behind and let that damn door go. And then you be like, he ain't no motherfucking man. No, you ain't no motherfucking woman. You dress like me, you act like me, saying, yo, dog, what's up, cuz? And you want a man to open the door for you? No, you trying to be like me. I'm not opening the door for you. You a motherfucking nigga, open your own door. Then you got cell phones and you're walking down the street. Guess what that motherfucker did to me last night? He da. Don't nobody care. They got women in the hospital getting 29, 39, 49, 999 stitches in their damn vagina because they slept with a motherfucker that beat up their damn vagina like it was a motherfucking basketball court. And then by the time they got my age, their damn vagina was hanging to their knee. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop because y'all are young and y'all don't know what the hell y'all doing. And y'all ain't listening to nobody but them niggas and them damn girlfriends of y'all. Now y'all shouldn't marry. You shouldn't marry him. He ain't no good. Just because that bitch ain't got no prospects don't mean you ain't supposed to get married. I told my daughter, I said, if you want to get married, you marry him. If you want to go to the courthouse and ain't nobody getting married but you and him, that's between you and him. Because you know what? The world don't want to see you married anyway. Because they look at black women as nothing but whores in the first place. And the way a lot of you young girls is living your life, that's the way that they look at y'all because that's the way that you present yourself. You want to get respected, respect yourself first. The only person that you got to take care of every morning is the bitch you look at in that motherfucking mirror. And what are you showing your kids? That it's okay to lay up with anybody? And you send them to school dirty? And you send them to school smelling like pee? And they sleeping in their school clothes and waking up and going to school like that? And the kids is bullying them and they getting into fights? And then y'all want to say that the school don't care about them? Bitch, you don't care! You don't do their hair? I'm letting my kids pick their own gender. Your kid's gender was picked when they slipped out of your ass. What is your problem? What is wrong with y'all? Listen, boss lady is a boss now, but she wasn't always like this. She was a kid too. And when she did shit she had no business, I whooped her motherfucking ass. I didn't play with boss lady. That's why she is boss lady. You want somebody to treat you like a boss, you got to act like a motherfucking boss. It takes a real bitch to get a man to take care of you. My daughter is a fucking boss. Because she married now with one baby and that motherfucker pays all them bills and that my daughter don't play with his ass either. And I love it. And she gets sick sometime. But she's a sweetheart, but don't get on her, don't step on that last nerve or you got hell to pay. Selling your motherfucking stamps. I ain't selling my goddamn thing. You need to take $500 worth of them stamps and do that cooking that you got going on. That cooking and stuff that you got going on and start you a motherfucking business. Bring some food and stuff in there and start selling some dinners and bringing some money in your house. That nigga ain't gonna, and you know what? Stop telling people everything that you do. It's none of their goddamn business what goes on in your house. And stop not letting God help you. Stop thinking that you can raise them kids without God. You can't do it. I tried it. It don't work. I took them to church. They went to sleep. I didn't care. They had their asses there. They was ushers. They sung in the choir. I don't want to go to church. I don't care. They went. Y'all doing too much, man. My heart just breaks every time I walk out of my house and I see a black woman or any woman going up and down the street. She got 2 babies in the stroller. That's meant for one. And one baby sitting on top of the stroller because she can't afford the stroller with 3. And ain't no man with her. Because you know why ain't no man with her? The first of the month is over with. He done got the money and the pussy and he gone. He just like a motherfucking pimp. And y'all okay with that. But I'm the main lady. The main lady is the one that knows who his best friend is. That's the main lady. The main lady is the one who he introduces his friends to. You go to a festival. You see your man with this nice chick. She dressed up real nice. Why the fuck is he with that bitch when he know that I'm the main one? You ain't the main one. He didn't take you to the festival. He don't want to be seen with you on his arm. Because you are not the one that satisfies his needs. She is eye candy. You are not. And she will always remain eye candy. And if she becomes the number one bitch, you did that. Because you allowed what she didn't. Oh, no, baby. We ain't doing that. If you going out the house dressed like that, you can't go nowhere with me. You let him drive your car while you work an 8-hour shift, and then you got to wait 4 hours before he pick you up. Where the fuck you been for 4 hours? Who the fuck you talking to? Don't you ever talk to me like that. Back! Red flag! You know what you should have did once he hit you? You should have told him, can you open up the driver's side of the car? Yeah. And then you should have took your foot and pushed his ass out and shut that door back and took your car home. But we don't do that. Why? I'm scared. I'm so scared. Oh my God. What if he beats me up? What's going to happen to my kids? Your kids will be with your mama and his ass will be in jail and you will be in the ground. Because you gets nothing. Bye-bye. Because you gave nothing. Stop doing that. For 45 years, I raised kids alone. Because of the choices that I made. My family criticized me. The world criticized me. I went to church and the whole church criticized me. And you know what? People don't care. Michael Jackson was right about that song. They really don't care about us. And we don't care about us. We got to start caring. We got to start loving who we are as women. When you see a woman that gets up 4 hours before she got to go to work and she takes out the time to make herself look nice, it's not the fact that she thinks she all that in a bag of chips. She wants the respect that she deserves and she earns it. I laid on my ass and had 9 babies. I earned respect. All 9 of my kids got high school diplomas. All 9 of them. And they went out there to live well. Some of them live in the area with me. You know why? Because their mama is sickly and they want to be around their mama, and I'm okay with that. But let me tell you this. Lately, their mindset been fucked up, and I stopped that shit. Cause enough. I don't care if you got a mental illness or you got one leg and a thumb. At the end of the day, you are still breathing. God still woke you up this morning. Get up off your ass and be the boss bitch that you say that you are when you with your friends and y'all getting high and y'all flipping 5 at each other and giving each other a fist bump. But you get in the hospital and let that nigga whoop your ass. Will all them bitches show up at the hospital? No. But if you say, let's get together and whoop this motherfucker's ass, they all show up for that. But let them go home and tell their man, let them go home and they tell their man, well, we finna go help so-and-so whoop her man's ass because he just jumped on it. Then you gonna get your ass whooped. See how y'all mindset is? But your kids are still flunking school. Your son is still 16 years old and don't want to come home. Your daughter is 15 laying up in the bed with her leg cocked with a dick swinging in between it. And they both sitting up there getting high. And you okay with that because at least you know where she is. What the fuck is wrong with you? You are the only hoe in your house. She don't get to do that. She don't get to have sex in your house. She get to have her ass whooped in your house. She want to do all that. It's time for her to go. You want to be grown? You want to cock up your legs and suck dick and have dick jumping up and down in your ass all night long? Then you need to go and get in your own house. Go do your own thing. Like my daughter said, everybody grown till they gotta be.
Amen, sister.
You know, it's funny. My kids wanted name brand shoes. My kids grown now. They can count on their hands how many pair of name brand shoes they got now. Guess what? Because mama ain't buying them. Didn't buy them when they was growing up. I got my taxes one time. Bought all my kids a pair of Air Jordans. That was the last pair of name brand tennis shoes they got out of me. My kids got 16 years old. I stopped buying them coats. Everybody kept telling me, you wrong for that. It's cold in Milwaukee. You 16. You old enough to work now. A full-time motherfucking job. You get tired of being cold, you will buy you a coat. Milwaukee weather will make you work. 2 things is going to happen when you enter this world. You will either change it or the world will change you. Amen?
Amen. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that's going to happen. And the 2 most important days of your life is the day that you were born and the day that you find out why.
And that's a blessing.
And every time you wake up, you got another reason to thank God. Yeah, I might have fucked up for the first 10 years of my life, but the next 10 years is the charm. And I'm getting ready to end because my daughter going to finish this shit out because she got some shit to say. I spent the first 63 years of my life giving it away to other people. I'm finna give the last 63 to me. Have a wonderful day. I'll let you talk about the swinging and all that. Ain't nothing swinging down here. You do that part.
Yeah, that was a powerful message because since 1984, I always thought something was wrong with my mama. I didn't know why. I was a kid. I didn't understand. I was a toddler, still coming out of the diaper, still trying to not pee on the floor, trying to run to the bathroom, playing with toys, really being a kid. But I noticed that something was going on. What I found out was after 44 years of living in a household where there's depression and violence and all that stuff we talk about on the news and see on the streets, and kids in school not doing what they supposed to do, they dropping out early, they getting pregnant, their fathers at 15, 14 years old. My mama didn't play with me about that. She said, get your education, because that's what's going to carry you in your life and your future. You can't be out here and be dumb. You cannot be out here just living life like nothing's going to happen to you. You're not invincible. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to do things wrong. But it's one thing to learn from them and keep making mistakes and learning from them. And then it's another thing to keep making the same mistakes, because now it's on purpose. Think with a different mindset on purpose. We did more than one episode about communication and your mindset and changing the way you think about things. Because before you can change anything in your life, and I'm speaking from experience, not a cliche, not a blog I read to y'all. When I pick those things, those are the things that are going on in my mind. Well, how do you fix communication? What can you do to change the game of communication? It starts with you. It starts with you communicating what's going on, good or bad or indifferent. It starts with you making the changes and thinking about what you're thinking about. Because if you're not right, then reach out. We're here to help you. We're not here to judge you, tear you down. I don't want nobody thinking that, and God forbid, I can't help you think. But you can help you think. And I don't want you to feel like somebody's attacking you. We're not judging you. We just based this off of what we've seen and the relationship that we built through what we've seen. So I want you to think about it. This is not going to be a long one, but I want to make sure that our voices are being heard, especially old school. Y'all see something, y'all say something. Don't never let that rule die, because we need that rule. Because that rule is saving lives. That rule is changing minds. That rule is solving the problem. Because I'd rather be the solution to a problem than be a problem to a solution, if you get what I'm saying. Tell your mind to shut up with all the negative thoughts. It comes from you. The negative friends you got, you may have to stop talking to them. Clear yourself. Clear your desk. I call my mind a desk. If it's too flooded with this and that and you're not utilizing it, put it on a different desk. The desk that you put your junk on. And then you get the desk that you're organized, you're able to think, you're able to reason, and you're able to communicate. Because non-communication is killing us. Not saying nothing, letting shit fly, oh, I ain't dealing with this and dealing with that. That's killing us as a generation. We are not here for just our generation. We are here for the generations coming after us. And if we acting a fool, like she just said, then that makes it the next generation think that it's okay to do that. That's the right thing to do. It's not just about your kids in your house. It's about people that look up to you. Because, kids be watching you when you don't think they watching.
Oh my God.
And I learned that growing up. And I learned that being a mom myself. That the things that you do now when they're young, they're going to manipulate that. They're going to emulate that. And if you're mad and sad all the time, they're going to grow up thinking that's okay. If you're in toxic relationships and you're in friendships and relationships that are not giving you the wherewithal to make it better, then it's time to change some things. Don't sit here and say, oh, because we got 4 kids together, that's why we still together. Or because I ain't got nowhere to go and no money, or I want more. More come from you. Not the next man, not the next woman. And more come from seeking God's face. And I've been in front of his face for the last 2 months trying to figure out why certain things happen and why certain things don't. And God has a reason for all of it. But if you don't come to him and reverence him, then he can't give you the answers you're looking for because he wrote your life. He's the author and finisher of your faith. You hear that in church a lot, but you really need to think about what that means. You didn't write your own story. Your story was created before the foundation of the earth. Before anything was created, he thought of you. Give your gifts back to him. Let them come out. Quit giving up when stuff gets hard. You know, when you climb a hill, for example, and the more higher you get, the harder it is to climb. Because you finna get ready to go to the top of the hill. When it was easy, that means you're still at the bottom. When it gets harder, that means you're going up to another level. And you need to think about life the same way. But that takes growth, that takes process, and that takes healing. And it doesn't come in 24 hours. You're going to fall, you're going to make mistakes even in that.
And
but
it takes
keep
work.
trying. You got to keep trying, because if you don't, the next generation going to think, oh, you get to this point, you ain't got to do nothing else. There's no experts in life. They're forever a student. You always hear me say that, because I'm always learning. I'm always refreshing my mind. And sometimes I go revert back to back in the day, but I've changed so much that only lasts for a second, because I'm like, if I go back to that, this is what I'm going to get, because I already been there. I know that already. You got to tell your mind to do the things that you need to do the right way. It's time to do it the right way. We have been, since the beginning of time, getting the easy route, taking shortcuts. The shortcut is doing it consistently. Like I told you in that last episode, I didn't get all those awards and all those accolades and people congratulating me and loving me like they do. I did. It happens like that because I was consistent and I never changed anything. I only changed the things that were necessary for the consistency to be able to get stronger and move forward. You're admired already. You just ain't tapped into it yet. You got that book that you want to write. You just ain't got that piece of paper out and that notebook and that regular pen that you get from the office company to provide for you so you can do it. Go do it. You can go to the dollar store and get a pen and a notebook and start writing. That's what I did. I've been made to write when I was a kid, but I didn't understand as a child, why am I sitting here writing when I should be outside playing? Learning is part of play. So is writing. So is playing in the kitchen with fake toys and food and cups and dishes. It's preparing you for life. Don't take that from your kids. Take them phones from your kids, because them phones ain't teaching you nothing but how to be stupid. There is social media that teaches you to do things, but even in that, you have to be careful. Even in that. Because back in my day, it was house phones and a cordless phone and a voicemail, and that was separate. It wasn't on the phone yet. Now you could do everything in your hand. Your world that you want and the life that you want is right in the palm of your hands. You got to look at it and make it a tool to use to get the kind of life that you want. Nobody's going to give it to you. And when I realized that, I was well over my 30s. I played a lot of games. I did a lot of stuff that I had no business doing. And I had to forgive myself first. I had to love myself first. It starts with you. Real, true change starts with you. Can't nobody make you change. You can't change nobody. People have to want to change on their own. And that's what we need to teach the next generation. It's about mindset. Please, if you haven't checked out Boss Lady Show, Reprogramming Mindset, you need to do that, because there's a lot of things that we learned that we need to unlearn. And I'm going to ask you this before I go. What if everything you learned in life was not the truth? What will you do when you find out that everything that you learned in your life was a lie? What do you do then? Will those thoughts still, those toxic thoughts, those thoughts of giving up, those thoughts of committing suicide, those thoughts of just ending it all, and you haven't even given yourself a chance to figure out that all the stuff that you were told was a lie? What are you going to do? You still going to give up? Not being able to see the fruits of your labor? I'd be damned if I worked this hard every day and not see the results. Because most Americans that I know that work their ass off, they about results. They're not about giving up. That should be your fuel to move forward, to do the things that you need to do. Every day you wake up is not a mistake. If you think you are something and you're not, maybe you're right. You got to change you. You got to do what you need to do for you. And if it's not serving you, then leave it and let it go. If it's not adding value to your life, let it go. I don't care how long it's been. Like I told somebody that I cared about. Yeah, you've been friends for 40 something years. But is it the years or is it the friendship? Is it the destination or is it the journey? It's really the journey. Because the destination means it's come to an end. And I don't never want my consistency to come to an end until God takes the breath out of my body. Because this is not about just me. This is about the people that are coming after me. It has always been like that. That will never change. And that's what consistency is all about. Inconsistency will destroy you. Consistency will reward you. Over and over again, as long as you stay on that path. The minute you veer off the path, it doesn't work. The minute that you let outside voices determine your destiny, that's not going to work. And you know it and you feel it. That's why Why Am I an Empath? I didn't write that to say, or I didn't do that show just to say, or tell somebody the meaning of that. We all have that in us. Some of us activate it more than others. But it needs to be addressed. Because some of that stuff you feeling may be the thing to get you going. Maybe that's some of that stuff that you need to walk away from. Maybe the solution to all the other problems that you're dealing with. Kids, go to school, get good grades. If you don't like something, change it. I didn't know what that meant until I was in a situation where I didn't want to be. And I said, I hated school. I hated it. I hated getting up early in the morning to sit in a classroom for 7.5 to 8 hours listening to somebody talk. It wasn't about that. Somebody was throwing me gems that I didn't have the money to give them. And then when somebody asks you to give them some money for the gems that they give you and they didn't have to do it, you catch an attitude? How you gonna tell me? Is you telling you? Is you doing the things that you need to do to solve this issue? Why are you having those feelings? And why when something happens, you feel it before anybody else does? That's also a gift. Because you could save somebody's life by that little feeling that you got. You can end a toxic relationship based on the feelings that you got and give them to God, because he will give you the meaning of those dreams, those feelings that I ain't feeling right, something is wrong. That is God talking to you. Everybody has their own set of protection from them. You break your protection by listening to somebody that don't care about their damn self. And some people tell you stuff and sound all good and forcefully and good, but sometimes people don't even believe what they telling you. The belief systems that some of y'all have, it is stopping you from being successful. It is stopping you from doing the things that you really want to do because you're so into approval addiction. What is they going to think if I do this? What are they going to say when I do this? So what? Because they have a heaven or hell to put you in. So, in conclusion, do what's best for you. That way you can help someone else do what's best for them. This is Mama Let's Talk. I'm Boss Lady D, a.k.a. DJ D-Ski, a.k.a. Miss Fabulous. We'll see you on the next episode. Y'all have a great Saturday. Love.
Yeah, it's your girl, Boss Lady,
aka Miss Fabulous, aka DJ D-Ski. Tune in weekdays 9 p.m. Central, Sundays at 6 p.m. Just check your local listings for real times in real time. I'm talking about, got the part-time gig, so it might not be every night, but it's at least twice a week now. Boss Ladies Radio Show. Download the Spreaker app, search Boss Ladies Show for our entrepreneurs, local entrepreneurs worldwide. 9 p.m. weekdays, Sundays at 6. Also catch Boss Ladies Radio Show weekdays at 9, Sundays at 6 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Central for our local artists, underground artists worldwide. Yes, we do support both worldwide. See you in the chat room.